want to take you to this now. How are affected sunflower crops in the Ukraine related to the price of chips locally? Well, it's because of cooking oil, which is partly produced from those crops. Ukraine accounting for 40% of global exports of sunflower oil in 2020. Russia accounting for 18%. So it's because of that, everything that we use oil for may see an effect, obviously, on the upside in terms of prices. Well, Morné Botes is a commercial director at Southern Oil, and that's Southern Oil owning the Be Well and African Gold oil brands. Morné, thanks very much indeed for talking to us. I always thought that we have a fairly good sunflower crop locally here. Why would those war-affected crops in the Ukraine affect our prices here?
Thank you. To put it simple, South Africa do have a very good crop, but we still don't produce sufficient amount of stock for our local demand. So South Africa is still a net importer of vegetable oil in totality. And with Ukraine and Russia being one of the biggest exporters in Europe, it directly affects us.
Well, exactly how reliant are we on imported edible vegetable oil? I saw a figure not so long ago, 250,000 tons of sunflower oil from mostly Russia and Bulgaria over the past 5 years. That's what we've imported according to those figures. Is that a sizable amount by industry standards? Are we really reliant on imports in terms of oil?
Yes, we're fairly reliant in regards to not just sunflower oil, but we're reliant on all other oils. So we're reliant on palm oil coming from Malaysia and Indonesia. We're reliant on soya coming from South America. Sorry, I'm muted. Due to the fact that Europe is running short on oil, they're pulling all the demand from the other regions as well. So the effect is that in the end, it hits us in the pocket.
We're just seeing visuals there of, what happens generally in our takeaways. We have slap chips that are very popular, Viennas that are very popular with our takeaways. Yeah, presumably, it's not just the oil, but you will have a domino effect come perhaps 3 months from now on some of those prices that we are seeing, that, all being used to fry many of our takeaway foods.
Yes, you will. And the domino effect won't just be in the food industry. So if you look at the amount of movement that the market did in a very short time, and the market is priced on the day. So the net effect is you will start seeing the impact by the end of this month already. And as I said, it's not just the food industry, it is in the paint industry, it is in the cosmetic industry, it's in a wider the industry than just food. So the knock-on effect will be felt.
Just very quickly before I let you go, Morné, I mean, I was looking at the inflation figures not so long ago. 22% higher oil, that's the price of oil, from January last year to January this year. Just give us an idea. I mean, is that could worsen, if I'm not mistaken, given the fact that these seeds and these crops are not being planted or affected in the Ukraine at the moment?
Yes, so you should be seeing within the next month or so a 15 to 20% increase coming through over and above that increase. And then the impact will be that Ukraine is supposed to be planting their sunflower crop during April, May. So depending on how the war progresses and what impact that has on planting, when they have to harvest in September and not all the plants were planted, it's going to have a domino effect on prices long term as well.
That's a hefty increase. Well, thanks very much indeed for your time. Morné Botes is the commercial director at Southern Oil.